yama, which is tapas. And so you guys realize that I just put up there the bare, the bare minimum, but we speak about tapas. And tapas is actually, it's got twofold. Sometimes it just talks about cleansing the body and eating clean and supplementing clean and all of that stuff. And you must remember that a long time ago when these were written, we could get everything that we needed from our food. We can't do that anymore, right? We can't do that anymore. So now it still becomes a matter of following through and making sure that you're eating the right things, that you're supplementing the right way. Let me give you an example. Because of Fukushima, there's a lot of bad omegas. Everybody knows the omegas are good, but there's a lot of contaminated omegas. And because it's a deregulated industry, they don't have to tell us what we're buying, right? So you have to be real careful with that. Red dye 40 in your food. It's in foods you don't even realize. That's eating unhealthy. It's in those takis. It's even in the breakfast bars of Special K breakfast bars. Red dye 40 is even in Flintstone vitamins. It's really not a good thing. So you have to, now we need to be consumers that are a little more educated in terms of keeping our body clean. And allowing the body to move through its cleansing and detoxification process. So what happens is when the body gets toxic, the body knows that it needs to flush itself out. So it's going to do something like diarrhea, like throwing up, like causing you to not be able to move purposely, because the body knows that whatever you did, whatever you intook, isn't what the body needs, so it's trying to flush it out. And what happens nowadays is somebody gets diarrhea, man, they go to the store and they get Imodium. They plug themselves back up, and that in the long run is worse. You need to allow yourself to run its course. Same thing with a cold, right? When I get a cold, the only thing that I take is my Usana Proflavanol, which is a mega antioxidant, and that's it. But I don't take anything for the symptoms. I let the cold run its course, because your body knows what to do with it, and it will build up antibodies for the next time. But if we stop it, then it's like stopping the whole process. The body does not learn to detox itself effectively, right? So tapas talks to us about that. And heat. When we heat the body from the inside out, we detox. So when you get hot and I've got you guys in yoga poses and you're sweating, that's a good thing. Your body is detoxing. That's why it's important for you to make sure to drink 32 ounces of water after class. It's really important to flush it all out, right? And so that's what tapas is all about. And just taking that into consideration, and also being very careful that what you intake is what's needed for your body. In other words, your body doesn't need a yum yum donut, right? Your body doesn't need it. Your mind tells you, oh, it would be so awesome to have a yum yum donut, right? But your body doesn't need a yum yum donut to survive, trust me, right? Your body doesn't need potato chips to survive, right? So you have to make better choices. Everybody looks down, right? Your body doesn't need a lot of things that we eat, and we eat them for pleasure, and that's fine. But know that when you eat for pleasure, you must eat smaller portions and then detox afterwards, because you have to help the body to get rid of those things that we don't necessarily need, right? So, and now I move into the supplementation, right? So we know we're not getting everything we eat. How many of you guys, raise your hand please, are eating at least 9 cups of green veggies a day? 9 cups. All right? many of you guys are eating at least 6 cups of reds, yellows, and oranges a day? And that doesn't include, okay. And how many of you guys are drinking half your weight in ounces of water every day? Half your weight in ounces of water every day. At least we got a little more buy-in there, right? So because we don't eat so clean, now when people say, I don't need vitamins, or when you go to the doctor and they say, you don't need vitamins, yes you do. You certainly do, because you're not getting the required nutrients. Do you know that in order to have enough folic acid in your system on a daily basis, you need to at least eat 9 pounds of spinach nowadays? A day. This is not in a month. A day. You're not getting the required supplements. You're just not. So that's why we have to supplement. Now, also Tapas talks to us about knowing what is quality supplements, right? So you go to compendiums. You go to compendiums that have listed supplements, and it'll have the supplements listed and rated. On a scale of 1 to 5, how many of us know Kirkland supplements? Okay, 5 being the best, 1 being the lowest on a rating that's a third-party compendium. So those supplements or those vitamins don't even rate half. Don't even rate half a point. Right? Yeah. But you need to supplement your intake, because at least everybody in this room, because I don't see anybody eating the right amount of greens and yellows and oranges and reds. Right? So I go home and I have a big salad, like the big Tupperwares. That's how much salad I have a day. Right? My favorite meal of the day is my big lunch salad, right? That I make at home. Right? But then on top of that, then I make sure that I have the other colors throughout the day. And if not, and even if not, I still take my supplements, and you'd be surprised to see how many supplements that I take, right? But I will never be without my supplements, because you are constantly oxidizing your cells. You oxidize your cells with stress. Anybody have stress in their life? Or should I say, anybody don't have stress in their life? Every time you have a stressful thought, it sends an oxidation effect into the cells. Wow. Now, how many of you guys sit in front of a computer at least more than an hour every day? Right? The EMTs, all that electromagnetic field that's coming at you, stress on your cells. You may not feel it, but it's on your cells. If I were to take a blood sample out and put it on a microscope, I would show you that your cells are not what they need to be. Right? So that's what Tapas is all about. It's talking to us about the fact that we need to detox our system, intake clean food, intake clean supplements, and intake water. Water. Do you know the most potent water that you can have is water with lemon and lime in it? Squeeze half a lemon and squeeze half a lime in it, right? Because that helps to detox. The first thing that you should do in the morning within the first half hour of waking up is have half a cup of warm water with lemon in it, right? Because that starts the juices and the metabolic, transport going and everything, right? And so you need to do that. You need to do that every day, right? We have a lot of things that are available for us to be able to focus on nutrition. So now, the thing about this is that as children, our brain is growing from 0 to 12 years old. It's forming. But most it actually ends at 6